Insomniac gave a select few people demo trials for Wolverine these past few days, and a gameplay clip from the walkthrough emerged which looks very familiar, and above all, unoriginal in every sense. There's a Sentinel boss fight that takes place in the demo, and the way you fight the Sentinel is by dodging its hand attacks and then targeting the arm to do damage in repeated phases. Exactly like how a 20-year-old bent hand protector of the Earth boss fight occurred. There's a stark similarity between these two, one that's very difficult to overlook, and also a plethora of similarity among other games of the past two generations. And even beyond the particular segment, after viewing in detail what the game has to offer, you're left with two impressions. One, Insomniac's Wolverine is unoriginal in every sense of the way. And two, it's a relic of a game from 20 years ago. And that's a compliment on my behalf, which I'll explain. Before I delve deeper, I don't say any of these things to hate on the game, but rather to state the fact as it is, separated from the hype surrounding it, and will rather conclude it by sharing a huge praise for one element. Regarding the first revelation, there's absolutely nothing new that you haven't seen before that's implemented in Marvel's Wolverine, and might be the most unoriginal game from Insomniac ever. The gameplay can be classified into 4 action segments: the main combat, controlled set pieces, stealth, and boss fights. The main combat is a basic button-mashing beat-em-up genre. While the level of gore and brutality is impressive, it's nowhere near as tactical as Insomniac's own Spider-Man or even Batman Arkham. The controlled set-piece segments are akin to those you witness in Uncharted, and even Spider-Man, in which vehicle gameplays, chase sequences, and wild chaos unfolds. It's cinematic, but nothing game-changing. While stealth and boss fights, one of Insomniac's weakest points from previous games, make a return, although still with no notable improvements that make it more engaging. And to top it all off, this game is not open world from what people who play the demo are saying, and rather is a linear experience that even allows you to repeat specific levels and segments. And what I'm getting from all of this is, Wolverine is a linear beat-em-up game that's more akin to Naughty Dog's Uncharted more than Rocksteady's Arkham or Insomniac's Spider-Man. There are some points I've not mentioned, such as side contents which work as memory sequences where you relive Logan's past through gameplay to unlock bonus content and collectibles. Multiple Marvel characters also make appearances and support you in combat, such as Jean, Mystique, Sabretooth, and so on. And there are also techniques and passive abilities you'll unlock that help you during combat, plus suit selection and customization options. But there's still nothing new in the game that's pretty much noteworthy. All of these are either the bare minimum or merely nice bonus points. At least 2018 Spider-Man had some form of innovation. Despite even being dubbed Spider-Man Arkham during release for its combat structure, at least it brought a fully fleshed out swinging mechanics, web shooter gadgets, and an open world New York. Although it had a lot of borrowed elements from other games, it brought in Insomniac's own legacy with modern gen web swinging being cracked for the very first time. Sadly, I don't see any originality with Wolverine, and especially with this linear structure and how short its total lengths will be with such a design. But there's one thing that the game reminded me, which I love and took me down a memory lane. It's a relic of a game from 20 years ago. We don't see linear games with beat-em-up combat and set pieces these days. There's a plague of open-world RPG infestation in almost every AAA genre. And in the very rare case they turn out being a linear experience, such as Naughty Dog's The Last of Us, they fit into the shooter genre more than the beat-em-up. So when I learned that Wolverine has a linear level-based progression structure that even gives the option to replay previous levels at any point, I was like, man, we're back in the 2000s. I really love and miss the games from that era. I'm a huge sucker for beat-em-ups, hack and slash games. So Wolverine is a nostalgia trip on a personal level. But I'm still disappointed that a game as linear as this didn't at least reinvent or create new gameplay elements, especially after the fact that Insomniac had experience with the superhero genre for the past decade. Personal sentiments and hype shouldn't blind us from the truth, and the reality is that, as fun and chaotic Marvel's Wolverine seems to be, it's completely unoriginal in every element of its experience.